So, for anyone ready, I get started.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, you'll have to explain things as we go because I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's do this.
Fair enough. You know what? I don't know what I'm doing together, so we'll learn as we go together. All right. Well, welcome to Blades and Blasters, and it is me, Danish, and tonight we are running the Alien RPG with the title of Echo. So I have a lovely cast of crew with me tonight. So let's go around the horn and give an introduction to our characters as we all settle in to the planet of Lipso 702D. The year is 2187. The month is July, the date 15. The exoplanet Lipso 702D has been colonized as part of the ongoing colonization race of humans. A research base and atmospheric conversion facility has been erected planetside via the sponsorship of the United Americas, and with it several new opportunities of life on the frontier. The colony is present for 10 years into its 50-year contract research facility, establishing a secondary facility in the tropical biome within the past. Dr. Andrzej Kowalski, a noted environmental scientist in the field, has recently fallen on hard times, and the opportunities presented by Lipso can put him back on top. So as we come in to the primary Outlander colony, which is in the northern part of the planet, we are immediately greeted with the colonial marshal, Jackie, as she comes, stretches, cricks her neck a little bit, and is greeted with a message saying to meet in the boardroom. What's Jackie look like?
Jackie is fairly tall for a woman, slim, but obviously in good shape. She's got long dark hair, lots of tattoos. She dresses kind of casually, but her posture is just stick straight, and she walks with kind of that athletic confidence that belies her otherwise casual appearance. And she enters the conference room with her typical air of confidence, looking around.
Nice. And then next up we have Trina.
Yeah, Trina is a smaller woman, probably about 5'4", though she would be taller. She didn't hunch so much as she spends most of her time on the computer. One of her eyes is slightly bigger than the other, but you wouldn't notice unless you took a really close look. Short blonde hair that she usually keeps up in a very stunted ponytail. She usually skulks around the actual research facility, normally turning people's monitors into different displays, changing colors. She finishes her work usually very, very quickly, leaving her ample amounts of time to cause light mischief across the research facility itself. Nothing too disturbing to people's work, but more irritating more than anything. She acts fairly aloof with most of the crew and has usually Jackie repeat her orders more than once, mostly not just because that she usually can hear the orders, she just doesn't like listening to them.
Perfect. And then next we have Sheridan.
So Sheridan is a slimmer fellow. He seems to get by on most of the things that he does in life just by the people that he knows or the people that he can influence. He's kind of a little begrudgingly looking out about the ship, thinking about what's going on and why he's coming out here. But he's not too thrilled about everything here, but he's just looking at the group that he's got around him and head in his hand, looking forward to getting to live. So I suppose.
All right, and then next up we have Kip.
Kip is your pretty stereotypical roughneck. He's a big man from years of hard work. His hands are calloused and thick. Actually, part of his arm is cybernetic from an accident he had long ago that essentially ripped his arm off his body. He dresses the part, he acts the part, and he has facial hair of the part, as he has a big mustache. He smokes cigars, he has tattoos, he drinks whiskey, or anything he can get his hands on for that matter. When he's off shift, he likes to sit back and drink and gamble and pretty much do all the things that people of his sort do. Fairly stereotypical. He's decent-natured, but you won't find anybody better than putting shit together, fixing stuff, than him, and that's why he's out here on this godforsaken place.
All right. So as you all come in, you are immediately greeted by a man that is roughly, probably about 5'7", thinning, whitish, blonde hair, wears a lab coat. This is Dr. Kowalski, who you've all had the misfortune of meeting, and he is gathered around a. There we go. And he pulls up a sphere of the planet, or a 3D representation of the planet, and he gestures to it, and he goes, yes, all of you have been wonderful assets at this facility, and I need help. The secondary Outlander colony on the mid-range of this planet is in desperate need of assistance. We lost contact with them about a week ago.
A week ago? Why wasn't I notified of this?
Well, I am unsure of the specifics, and he looks over to Trina. Anything on your end why messages aren't being forwarded?
Trina looks around to the group and she shrugs very lightly. Well, it was not part of my duties exactly to receive those messages and distribute them. I had forwarded them to the appropriate person who was supposed to distribute them. So if they did not get to everybody, then it was not my problem.
Anybody understand what she said?
She's, as they say, passing the buck.
Okay.
Regardless, continue, Professor or Doctor, whatever you prefer to be called. Do we know anything about their situation or any reason why they might have lost communication?
The last thing that I heard was that they had somewhat of an outbreak of common cold. So you'll be going in with immunizations of everything that they have been known to have on that side of the planet. But otherwise, no, we have no. We're unsure. It doesn't look like that any of the receiving equipment is actually receiving. So that's why I need any gesture over to Kip to go over there, and then he looks over to Sheridan and you as well to make sure that the company's property is, well, properly taken care of.
Of course they want that. This shit dumb, nothing ever seems to be working. Very well. What do you have to say about that, Kip? You down to clown?
I can fix anything. Just point me at it. Give me some duct tape. I have it tip top. No problem.
Any chance that this is something else? I know that this other colony has some value. Corporate espionage, perhaps?
I certainly hope not, but I'm unsure. That's why I am hoping that you can sniff something out there, Miss Kitani.
I have a question, whether you mind or not. Are we going to get a raise in danger pay at all, considering we might be going into some sort of active plague zone?
Oh, yeah, I understood that. That's a good idea. Bonus pay, hazard pay, yep, mm-hmm.
It's why I bought the dub, but thank you, Kip, for your input.
You can see him fidget a little bit, and he looks over to Sheridan. That would be something that you'd have to address to the company contact, Mr. Lamara.
Yes. So as far as hazard pay, we are already being on this planet. We are getting a little bit of a stipend for our per diem. But if anything were to happen outside of the ordinary expected issues that we might face on a planet like this, then we can absolutely request some kind of payment from the up above. But as far as right now, the stipend you've already been provided is going to be it.
Typical corporate backpedaling sounds to me.
Well, it sounds like bullshit.
Well, I don't know. I mean, my bunions are kicking up. Maybe I'll just sit this one out.
Well, it does sound like you've got some issues with your bunions. I'll go ahead and log that as a hazard that you had to deal with on this trip, if you don't mind.
Well, I'd prefer you not writing down anything about my bunions there, friend.
Perhaps you misunderstand what I'm saying. It sounds, I'm dealing with a sprained ankle. I'll have to report for maybe some compensation if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh, well, let's up the ante then. I mean, I've got arthritis. I've got that botch job from that vasectomy years ago.
It is my time of the month, and I am experiencing extreme cramps.
And bad attitude, I'd say.
And I have a twisted spine, and also a pain in the neck, but I'm pretty sure that it is coming from the group of you.
All right, that's quite a bit, but
I'd say she also has a speech impediment, because I can hardly understand her half the time.
It's called being French.
I'll just
You're
write shit's
uneducated
fuck.
Mental
and, see how that
impediment.
goes.
Well, you got a lot to write down.
Oh yeah. Well, and so how are we going to be getting to this colony then, Professor?
Yeah, we have Miss O'Neill, who is our pilot on base here. She'll be flying you over.
Is this? I'm assuming this is not going to be the newer model of transport.
It's what we are standardly equipped with, and if you want the newer model, Mr. Lamar, I suggest you find something in the budget.
I guess we'll make do.
Very well, then. That is all that I know at the moment. So, bright and early bird gets the worm and all that, whatever. Shoo, I'll be in contact if you need me.
But of course. Trina turns on a heel, quickly scuttling out through the door and kind of into the actual research facility further.
As Trina leaves, the marshal, who everybody around here calls Jackie K, stops her. Trina, could you perhaps pull up the last communiques that have that reached us from their facility?
Trina, she sighs and says, I don't know. I mean, we have to get up early, and I should be getting some beauty sleep and such. You should too, because you look like you need it.
That was my joke.
You're too slow.
You're both quite humorous, but I think we could all use knowing a bit more about what we're walking into, and if it gives us a clue, well...
Yeah, Trina, do your job.
Yes, that is exactly what I mean.
I'll see if I can find time in my extremely busy schedule. And she again turns, continues. And she's going to take her time getting this information.
All right, fair enough. So the rest of you all gather into the standard shuttle that's taking you across planet. You are able, Trina is able to access the local internet, so to speak, that's been set up on the colony here, and download the conversation logs that have taken place, message logs that have taken place back and forth between primary outpost and the tropical outpost. And as you make your way down the equator, you can start to feel the heat of the sun on the hull warming up the interior. That's when the interior cooling kicks in and starts to brush everyone with the gentle breeze of recycled air. But as you get closer and closer, you roughly make a pretty smooth landing on the bare exterior of Outland Colony. With this map here, landing in the dock area. The area to the south is forest, and the area above is forest as well. It is built into a cliff face, a stone cliff face that has been hollowed out for the purposes of the research facility. And as you exit the drop ship, you are greeted with the sounds of rainforest.
In nature. Let's get this over with and get back to the shop. Trina, where did you say that the communications were supposed to be received?
Where exactly were the communications supposed to be received?
So there should be a communications tower outside of engineering on top of the rock face, which is towards the northern end of the map.
And Trina, she says, on top of the rock face up to the north, on top of the engineering building, there should be some of the communications array. If you and Kip would like to take a look.
Yeah, I can take a look.
And all of you were given the blueprints that you see as part of the standard, here you go for the mission.
So where are we starting in exactly?
You're starting in the dock.
Okay.
So to look at the communications array, we have to go to engineering, or we have to land outside and look at it.
From what you have of schematic-wise, you'd have to go to engineering and climb through service tunnels to get up to the top of the rock plateau.
Gotcha, that's what I was after. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose we are landing in the dock.
Yep. You have all landed and extracted yourself from the drop ship. I'm going to say right in the center of the dock there. As you land, you are immediately greeted with warm, humid air. And as you look around, you don't see anyone. You don't hear anyone. You see in the corner a loader, some various fuels, and other goods and sundries in the other corner up here. But otherwise, you just hear the forest outside.
Lights. Is it lit?
It is. It's roughly about afternoon in this part of the world right now. So it is the top is open for the most part, with the exception of when you get to engineering, then it becomes solid rock face. So in the dock area, you're getting full sunlight.
Okay.
Hey, Jackie, is this pretty normal in your experience in this as the marshal? Like, this pretty normal?
Has Jackie ever been to this facility?
You toured it right after it was opened, but otherwise you haven't been back.
I am familiar with the layout. However, I have not returned since it became occupied and functional. As the ship kind of, powers down a bit in the dock area, she goes to the bay door, opens it, listens for the hum of machinery. Does everything sound active?
So are you going up here?
Well, I think that she's just wherever we're parked, just kind of opening it up, stepping out, standing right by the ship. So.
Okay. All right. Oh, and just before I forget, you do know, Jackie, that the commander of this facility is Captain Stern.
Thank you. We should locate Captain Stern.
Jackie, give me an observation check, please. You don't hear anything,
Wow.
but the kind of overwhelming notion of it being empty, as well as maybe it's the humidity or maybe it's the echoing off of the rock above. You're not entirely sure, but you don't hear any.
Doesn't sound exactly as I expected. Still, I'm
Well,
sure we'll run into someone very soon who can tell us what's going on.
maybe if we split up, we can cover more ground, get this finished quickly.
She looks at you and cocks her head to the side a little bit. Perhaps we should stay together until we understand the situation more thoroughly, just to make sure that there's no, well, as I suggested earlier, corporate espionage or hostile takeover situations.
If there was some sort of hostile takeover situation, wouldn't you think that they would have some sort of ransom or something?
It depends on what they were after. I am not a scientist. I'm not exactly sure what...
Well, I am a scientist, so...
Well, being a computer worker doesn't exactly make you a scientist now.
She looks to Kip. No, I am a scientist. I have my degree in many different kinds of science, more than you can comprehend with your tiny, tiny brain that you have.
Yeah, I'm sure. He just starts getting his tools, all this enormously heavy gear, all loaded up in a backpack. Well, I mean, are we gonna get off this thing or not?
I am already off the ship. I suggest you all follow me. I also suggest that we stay together until we understand the situation better, but she shrugs. I am not exactly your boss, Trina.
Oh, I know that very well, Jackie.
Does she have a boss, really? I mean, isn't that old
When
Sheridan here?
Yeah,
I think-
Sheridan stands up and says, "Well, I guess indirectly, I'm all of your bosses," and sort of rubs his arm a little bit where that vaccine went in, and says, "I might as well agree with the marshal here. There's kind of knows what she's talking about, right?"
I usually do. And true, he is all of your bosses. And she stands up to Sheridan and walks over to him. But not mine. I work for the people of the colony.
Oh god, this is already a pissing contest. Can I just get to the thing I need to fix and fix it?
Well, I agree with Kip here. Let's just get this done.
Sheridan kind of backs down just a little bit. I mean, he's already kind of a shorter fella, and he just kind of hunches down a little bit as Jackie stands up to him and says, "Yeah, your boss, yep. Well, let's go, Kip."
Alright, well, here I go. He rubs his belly, which protrudes just a bit, and he walks out into the dock. Where's the welcoming party at?
Yes, they should have been alerted to our arrival. I am a little concerned that no one is here. I suggest that everyone be on, well, the alert for whatever it is that we're going to run into. Things don't look normal.
All right. With that, the entire range of the colony is yours. Where would you like to go first?
I mean, I would follow Jackie's lead, but I thought we were going to head over to the communications tower. I think that was...
Either the captain's quarters or the communications tower, but you said it's the afternoon, right?
Yep.
So she wouldn't expect the captain to be like in bed. So that sounds like what we would head toward, just straight ahead.
Okay.
She does technically let Kip go in the front.
Yeah, he doesn't have any sense of being worried about anything. He just saunters up ahead, just walking. Oh, you don't think they'll mind? And he pulls out a cigar and starts smoking it.
I think it is fine.
Good, because I'm going to smoke it.
And as you begin to make your way into the next part of the facility, you all can see that once again, there's just no one here. And as you look about, you see that some of the equipment and some of the gear that is stashed in the corner, there appears to be kind of a small layer of dust that's gathering on it.
Yeah. Are there any... is it so dusty that there are footprints on the floor, or can you see a layer of dust on the floor, or just on the surfaces?
Just on the reflective surfaces of some of these things. It's not thick enough to leave a trace, but it's not thin enough to be unnoticed either.
Trina looks over to it and makes her way over to one of the lockers, inspecting it. She wipes a finger over it and rubs the dust between her fingers. Whoever is supposed to be doing the cleaning here is doing a very poor job.
Kip just said, well, is anybody here? Hello? Hello?
No, if it is noon, when I'm looking at the map here, the mess hall should be right over here. Perhaps if we check that out, we would see some folks having their lunches.
Sure, I don't care. I could use to eat.
That seems logical. Let's head that way then.
Okay. As you make your way into the kitchen, you are all immediately filled with the rancid smell, and it's not rotting meat, but it's pungent, stings the nostrils. As you look about, you see that there is over here in the corner what appears to be just pots, large soup pots that appear to be molded over.
Still hungry, Kip?
Well, I've eaten some pretty bad stuff in my day, but it don't smell too good.
We all had our vaccinations before we came here, correct?
Of course we have vaccinations. We're not stupid.
If some sort of plague hit, that might explain why everyone is confined to quarters and this kitchen hasn't been touched.
We can see if there is anyone that hasn't been confined to quarters in the mess hall, and there looks like the crew quarters are not too far away from here.
Are we in the kitchen still?
Yeah, you're in this
Um,
area.
do we have any idea where this smell is coming from? Is it from the kitchen itself, or?
Yeah, as you opened up the door, you were immediately blasted in the face with this odor. You can see that the soup pots in the corner appear to be mostly full, and that's giving some of the odor itself, but the closer you get down to the soup pots, the stronger the odor gets from this general area down there.
Oh, somebody left the soup running for too long, I think. Like, several days too long.
That is what it appears to be. I do not like the looks of this. She heads over to the door that leads to the mess hall, I don't know how these doors open, which just kind of peers through.
It's just a standard push button console that as soon as you slap the button on it, there's that telltale mechanical hum as the doors open. So from what you've gathered so far, at least the facility still has power. So as you do that, you open up to the mess hall itself, and you see that there are plates that are on the left on the tables here, and that appear to be half-eaten. But once again, as you look around, there appears to be the food that's left behind is molded over, and there is a fine layer of dust.
Trina, how long does it take mold to form on leftover food, typically, in this sort of a humidity and environment?
Based on the humidity and, based on the food that is there, it would only take a few days. Maybe approximately, I would say 3 to 4. And, they have been out of communication as far as we are understanding for about a week. So if they stopped contacting us a week ago, then something must have happened at least by that time. I think that maybe we should, instead of checking the crew quarters and such, I mean, we could. There is a command center, or even go to the captain's quarters. Maybe they have made some sort of, I don't know, notes on what happened. Maybe we can get better insight.
If there was some sort of a plague, and it wasn't just an outbreak of the common cold as we had been told, they might have some notes in the science lab.
I should. It is strange that they just leave things half-eaten. Usually when people go to the mess hall to eat, there is not much food left over. Trina looks around. She kind of looks on the floor. Are most of the plates on the tables?
Yes.
Okay, nothing's on the floor.
There are a couple that are scattered about the floor. They appear to be made out of a plastic or maybe a plastisteel or something of that sort. So they're not broken, but there appears to be some on the floor as well, as well as some of the chairs pushed out and over.
Trina looks at that, scratching her head slightly. I do not know exactly what happened, but maybe some people rushed out of here.
Well, they sure didn't clean their plates, that's for sure. This seems awful strange. I know if there's any roughnecks in here, they'd be eating that food. You'd have to daggone pull them out of here.
I'm sure there are many like you that are in this place, which is why it is so concerning.
Well, yeah, because they didn't eat their food. You sure you don't want to head over to the crew quarters and see if people be locked up or maybe, I don't know, all dead or something?
I mean, it is on the way. We might as well. We swing up to crew quarters, then we can go down to the science lab after.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Maybe you can find a computer somewhere and type in a couple things and, I don't know, find out if anything was logged. I don't know how that works, but...
Oui, that is the plan.
I'm not super familiar with this either, but, I mean, the building does have power, but does that power control, the internet and everything here, Trina? Would we need to go up into engineering to make sure that the network's still up to be able to get those messages that, Jackie, you seem to be worried might be out and about around here, but should we try to get the network going?
Even if there's internet or not here, if there's no internet, they wouldn't be able to send out any messages. It would usually be saved to some sort of hard drive that would be in here. We should be able to access it without having use of the internet.
Yeah, I don't really understand that internet stuff either, Sheridan. I've been to a couple websites that I like, but anyway, let's not talk about that.
Oh, you should
It's-
go.
All right. So as you all make your way down the hallway and to the crew quarters, all of the rooms appear to be sealed. Once again, it is a metallic floor grating that you are walking across there, but all the crew quarter doors appear to be closed. And upon further inspection, they open easily. But as you look inside each of them, blankets appear to be kind of crusted over, but it's hard to see. Each of the lights inside appear to be dimly lit, if at all. And as you look about, there's no one in there. So I need everyone to take one stress, because at this point, things are starting to get weird.
Crusted over, you said?
I did.
Okay. Yes. Jackie K would step toward one of these crusty blankets and try to look more closely at it.
Okay, so as you get closer to it, what appropriate skill would be?
Observation? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, observation would work here. Nice. All right, so with 2 successes, as you come in and you kind of pull out a pocket knife or a Bowie knife, whatever Jackie uses, and you kind of hold up one of the blankets, you don't see viscera or any other telltale signs of bodily fluids resulting in intercourse or anything like that. But what you do see is that it appears to be salted, like as if someone was sweating profusely.
I think we should stay out of the crew quarters. Some illnesses are known to cause profuse sweating like this. I think that possibility is still on the table. And she kind of lets the blanket down with the tip of, her knife and backs out of the room.
Do they?
I've had the cold before. This doesn't sound like a cold to me.
It
Is it
may
different
not
here?
have been. We were told that it was a common cold, but she looks over at Sheridan. Corporate is not always forthright when it comes to matters that might concern the people that actually live on the colonies.
Anxious and just starts writing notes on his little map he's got.
Do they have any sort of are these computer screens that they can make notes and stuff with in each of these crew quarters?
Those are like their dressing units and just the standard issue lights. As you examine around, there do appear to be a couple of low tech computers.
Trina is going to wipe her hands first on her pants there, and
Safety first.
yeah, then look to the computer, start typing in and seeing if she can find any sort of maybe personal logs or anything that might detail what exactly has happened, mostly looking within the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, go ahead. Give a...
Comtech?
Yes, that is correct. Needed. Sheet.
Well, oh, the stress die.
Press
Okay.
cancel out of success, or what does that do?
I think it rolls something, but I didn't roll anything on the stress part, so it's just
So, since it hasn't come up yet, but a stress die, you can get extra successes, but whenever you have stress, you add that to the roll. However, the drawback with the stress is that if it gets the negative result on stress die, you immediately panic. So it helps you overall in this system by having more stress, but the more stress you have, the worse your chances are of losing shit.
Oh.
So with a Comtech roll, you're able to get in after a couple of hacking attempts and able to bypass a standard security password for whoever this colonist is. As you skim about, you see a couple of messages back and forth to some of their neighbors on the facility, and some messages home that there appears to be that people are getting sick around here, and the doc doesn't know exactly what it is. They're trying their best, but there's only so much that Dr. Ivana can do with the resources that we have. Standard I'm on an antibiotic regimen, but I'm sweating through my clothes left and right. I'm running a fever, and I've got a bad case of the cough and sore throat.
Trina looks this over, studying it. You see her eyes moving over the computer screen. Frowns start forming. She stands back up straight. Is there any sort of hand sanitizer in here?
No, there's not. The grim dark future.
Tabarnak. She stands up and looks to the others. It seems that there is some sort of sickness or something along the lines that has affected everybody. The person here has said that the doctor was not equipped to deal with it. They were unable to find out what it was. It does seem like something has been going on. Even with antibiotics, they were sweating through their sheets every night. But it does not explain the lack of bodies that are here.
In other words, not the common cold. Jackie K steps up to Sheridan, stares him down and says, "What do you know about this that we do not?"
Obviously, I know nothing about this, or else I wouldn't be here.
Unless you had access to some sort of vaccination or antibody treatment that we had not been made aware of.
Well, I do have that. That's a surprise to me. But this is not good. We don't know where their bodies are. There's scribbling down that there's missing notes.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Jackie just kind of slaps your notes out of your hand. If I find out that you knew something about this and you did not tell us, and someone here comes to harm because of it, she gets like nose to nose with you, you will regret it.
All right. He's Sheridan's very confident in himself in what he's just said at this point. So this is the time that he's not backing down. He presses a little bit closer to her and says, "I don't doubt it."
Jackie continues to stare him down for a minute, and then she's not seeing any hints that he's wavering or trying to deceive them. She just nods slightly and steps back, picks up his notepad, hands it to him without really looking at him. "We should continue to science lab."
What about these other rooms? Kip goes over to one that's not open and just hits the button randomly.
Which one?
We'll say this one.
That's the one that you were in.
All right, we'll say this one.
Okay. As you go over into that room, and opens up the door, the bed appears to be fairly well made, but over in the corner, you see that there are boots that have been tucked underneath, or not maybe tucked necessarily, but are mostly underneath the bed in the corner there. Otherwise, nothing particularly remarkable stands out to you.
Yeah.
I'd stay out of that room if I were you. I mean, we got some vaccinations for the cold, but I don't know This doesn't look familiar. I don't want you touching anything.
Well, you gotta tell me twice, man. I ain't going in there and touching anything. Hits the button, closes the door again. I'm just making sure nobody's in here. Dead, alive, whatever.
Trina, she's holding her hands. She's not touching her sides anymore. She's kind of holding them slightly in front of her, almost disgusted. Not touching her face, that sort of thing. But she'll glance into this bottom room here, pressing the button with the back of her hand, taking a peek inside.
Okay, let's see. I need you to make me a panic roll, please.
No! How do I do this? Panic. How do I panic?
It's on the character sheet, so underneath character name, career, there's the roll buttons over on the left side.
Is this a panic?
Okay, so... Alright. You are fine. Okay, so you do add 1 stress.
Oh, okay.
As you open up the door, you are immediately with this horrible rotting meat smell. And the rest of you can smell it as soon as she opens the door. It coats the entire hallway. As you look inside, you see on the opposite wall from, let's see, I would be over on this wall here, across the what appears to be a mirror, just rotted viscera.
Trina, as she opens the door and looks inside, she sees that and her face just turns pale. Immediately, as the smell hits her nose, she turns around and retches in the hallway. A few times, she's doubled over, just holding her sides.
Yeah, Kip just, oh man, no, I don't like it, no. Let me guess, somebody dead in there.
As you look inside, you don't see a body.
Just viscera.
Yep.
Jackie wrinkles her nose and peers past the other two. I don't see a body, just insides. She looks around a bit more, up at, the ceiling to see if there's blood splatter there along the walls. She basically takes a good look around and then shuts the door again. I don't want anyone touching that. We should limit our exposure as much as we possibly can.
Well, that means we should get out of here then.
I'm not sure that we know enough.
Trina just starts walking very quickly out towards the hall. I am not staying in this hallway.
Matt starts Sheridan starts kind of gagging a little bit and coughing into his sleeves and follows very quickly behind Trina.
What sort of illness can cause that?
Explosion? That's what it looked like. Looked like somebody exploded.
I'm not aware of any virus that can cause a person to explode. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know, but the only thing I've ever seen about exploding besides somebody making another person explode, you ever seen, there's a movie a long time ago I watched called Big Trouble in Little China, and this guy, he just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then he exploded. You ever seen that?
Jackie stares at Kip for a moment, as if actually thinking about what he's saying. No, I don't believe that I have. It sounds fictional.
Oh yeah, I think so. Unless I don't know, there's something about this truck driver and all these guys from China fighting some wizard. I think it's definitely fictional, but one of them exploded, and I don't know if that can happen. But I don't know. He got mad and puffed up, blew up.
I think that we should eliminate that from our list of possibilities unless a wizard is revealed here.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. I'll keep a lookout for him though. I know something about green eyes. You got green eyes? Anyway.
And from the area with Trina, Sheridan calls to Kip and Jackie K. If we, the sooner that we repair the comms, the sooner we can get out of here. I think we're already here. We should just Trina can fix this, and then we'll figure out what else is going on here.
Trina can fix this, she says, looking back down the hallway they came from.
This that's why we're here. I've got all this noted, so I mean you'll get your bonus, you'll get your pay. We just can, if we can fix the comms, we can get out of here.
What is the point of fixing comms if everyone here is dead or whatever the hell was in that room?
We do not know exactly what it is that we may have already been exposed to. It's in our own self-interest, if that motivates you at all, Mr. Lamara, to find out as much about this as we can.
Yeah, I doubt we got vaccinated for explosions, so...
Or wizards.
Look, I don't want to be here any more than you do, Sheridan, but, she's right. We gotta figure this out, or we're gonna end up exploding, or getting salt baths, or whatever's happening.
Very well. I mean, priorities, right? Let's we can try to figure this out and then do what we were sent here to do, and then leave quickly as possible. Easy peasy.
Yeah, I do wanna. I've met a lot of pencil pushers like you, and just wanna reiterate what the marshal said. You aren't holding out on us, are you?
No, just this is not what the doctor said we would be facing. So,
yeah, I know, but
was not prepared.
Anything else? Maybe HQ sent you on the DL, about this place that you're supposed to come in here and have us find? Because, if you're running us ragged in here and going to get us sick and killed, I guarantee I'm not going to be too happy.
There's something that they wanted. And we make it back, I won't be happy either.
Well, I guess we're on to the communications tower with Frenchie there. You gonna be alright?
Trina, she's wiped the back of her mouth, with her mouth with the back of her hand, wiping it on her pants. She's taken the time out in this big area as the two were kind of shouting at each other in their speech. Sat down, and she's been pulling at her hair a little bit in stress. She looks up and she's like, "Oh, I'll be fine. It's just fix the communications tower, and then maybe we can go to the science lab, get whatever samples they have collected, any information in case this is spread to us. We can get the information back to us, both in hard copy and send it via internet back to our base, just in case we have to be quarantined."
Yeah. Alright.
It is just hurry.
All right, so you all make your way into the central area here, and you know that according to the blueprints that you have of the base, you can go to the science lab through this door, but the engineering section is over here. So, are you all sticking together? Or are you splitting up?
I think we're still sticking together, as far as I know.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. As you all make your way into the engineering department, you are greeted with the sound of a mechanical thrumming noise. It resonates, it echoes throughout the entire structure. Come in, you see facilities reactor off to the side there, and you see what appears to be access doors leading to the surface over in the back way. As you make your way across the steel grating bridge, you come across the area that appears to be this engineer's workstation, and maybe where he chooses to do a lot of his sleeping at. And Kip, you've talked to him off and on every once in a while. His name is Charlie Stead.
Yeah, I think this is where Charlie used to do some work. I guess I could take a look.
If you want to take a look here, though we need to make it outside to fix the communication relay before anything.
Yeah, let's just look at this terminal here. He starts looking at the terminal to see if there's anything that he can recognize. He'll step to the side kind of to allow Trina to look as well.
Okay. Yeah, it appears to be locked right now for security purposes, since this controls the communications hub and central core processing plant. Trina or Kip, whichever, you can give me a Comtext tech check to open up the system.
Why don't you, Kip?
Let me see if I'm not very good. Okay. Yeah, he just starts trying to fiddle with it. Huh?
Success. You are able to get in, and you've talked back and forth with Charlie. You kind of get the gist of the type of guy that he is, and you both connected over Space Truckers 20, so you know of a character name in there that you are pretty sure is his password. On the first try, you get it.
He starts laughing. 1 second. Jack Dalton! That was it. I knew it. I knew why I was thinking about that movie. He smiles.
With that, you get access to the log of Charlie Stead.
Yeah, he'll read it.
Put it up there. There. Now.
There you go. Well, it says, fucking Christ, I hate this goddamn place. Bad enough that brainy bitch Yusuf thinks she can bring home every goddamn stray mongrel that crawls in this godforsaken jungle, but then one of her brood and goddamn rats chew through the containment cell it's in and through 5 bulkheads to get to the goddamn food stores. Well, it says, the alarm told us something was up, but by the time we found the little bastards, they ate 3/4 of our rations. 3/4? Can you believe it? And she just sits there and smiles. So now I gotta seal the holes they made, make sure the wiring's fine, and send out teams to find something edible in this goddamn jungle that won't kill us. When it rains, it pours. So, yeah, I don't know who's Yusuf, but brung back some creatures, I guess.
Trina sighs and just shakes her head. The idiots. They bet whatever they tried to find in the jungle or something is the thing that poisoned everybody.
Something edible. I do not know why they think that something that came from an environment like this would be edible in any sense.
Because at the time, the people that the corporations hire are fucking idiots and just need people on the payroll.
Well, this could be good for us, because if they just found something to eat and they just ate it and that's what exploded them, then we're good, because we ain't going to eat anything here.
Oh, please do not talk about the explosions.
Please don't talk about the food.
Oh, Yusuf, Kaima Yusuf, she's the chief researcher at the facility. Apparently Kowalski bitches about her all the time, but I'm surprised that she would let some sort of damn vermin chew through so many bulkheads. How the hell do rats chew through bulkheads?
Those are some sharp teeth.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I do not want to run into these rats. I tell you, if we see one, we shoot it.
How do we access the communications tower?
There's a door there. If we go around this big construct here, there's a door in the back.
She nods, starts looking around. Now she's paying attention for chewed things. Now that they've seen this communication about rats that can apparently chew through bulkheads.
Yeah, as you look around, you don't see anything noticeable. What you do see is that some steel plating has been spot welded over what you can assume to be some holes that have been chewed through the wall. But otherwise, for the most part, you don't see anything present. So as you all kind of make your way around the central pillar here, who is going in first?
Kip would walk that way and go through, probably.
Okay. As you make your way through the doors back here, you're immediately greeted with what appears to be a ladder and a Jeffries tube leading up.
Well, all the alley oxen free. I'm going up. You guys coming with me?
I will follow you up.
I'll stay down here. Keep watch in case any rats come after us.
Yeah, Sheridan, why don't you stick down there? I don't want you to fall and break your leg or something.
I think Sheridan should come with you. I like being alone. It's fine.
No, I think he should stay with you, Frenchie. You're not acting real level-headed right now.
I am more level-headed than you. Just get up the Jeffries tube. Finish whatever you need to do.
Well,
I would like to make sure that, everything, just see how things are going up top there and see just how extensive the damages are, maybe. I'll be joining you, Kip.
You gonna let her just stay down here by herself? That seems like a real bad idea.
I'll be fine.
Oh, you heard the woman.
Kip just looks to Jackie.
Looks at Kip and she nods. I will stay with Trina, just in case. And as we know, Trina is prone to take the occasional afternoon nap when not properly supervised.
Usually that is not when I see a dead fucking body.
Jackie just smiles. Indeed. Hopefully that will keep you awake. But we should have a team down here to make sure that if you are able to make repairs up there, that they're effective on the terminals down below.
Oh, I got it. No problem. He starts climbing up.
All right. And Sheridan, you're going with?
Sheridan, you going with Kip?
Am I muted? Nope.
Right.
Yes. I'm good.
Okay. All right. So Kip and Sheridan, as you two make your way up top, you are greeted with the warm, humid air of the rock plateau as the jungle surrounds rock surface. And as you look out, you see this giant mechanical tower that you make your way into. As you work, or as Kip sits down and begins kind of taking stock of everything inside, I need observation check from Kip and Sheridan, please.
I'm too busy.
Okay, Sheridan, you hear this.
Hey, I need that spanker wrench. Can you bring that down here for me?
That come through, or is that too quiet?
I heard it.
That came through.
I heard
Is that okay? I kind of nudge Kip on the back and say, "Hey, Kip, you hear that?"
I hear birds. Oh man, I tell you, I can't hear anything. My balls are sweating so bad. I got swamp ass. So hot out here.
Shit, Kip. I heard voices.
I didn't hear anything.
Do you have anything, any weapons or anything like that on you?
No.
Okay. Just keep an eye out. I'll see if I hear it again.
I mean, what did they say?
I can tell it sounded like they were a little far away, but it was definitely voices.
All right, well, I mean, let me look at this thing, see why it's broke. He starts trying to go over it and see if he can figure out what is going on with this tower.
All right. While Kip is doing that, Kip, give me a heavy machinery check, please.
Mm-hmm.
And Sheridan, you heard it from over this section of the tower, that person's voice.
Over what section?
We're on left side there.
Okay. So I'm going to. Yeah, I think I might try to sneak over there and try to take a peek around the corner to see if I can figure out what that was. If it was, yeah, just try to figure out what that was.
Okay, then go ahead and a mobility check, please. While you're doing that, Kip, God, you have no idea what Charlie did to this place. It appears that, your normal special touch, he just went and fucked it up eightfold. You have no idea what he's done. It looks like maybe he had head up his ass when he was fixing it, but you're not sure.
Yeah, Kip just yells, "This is fucked, man. I don't know what he did. I'd have to be here for hours trying to figure it out, I think. What are you doing over there?"
And Sheridan's just trying to keep shushing him. Just fucking shut up, Kip. There's something here.
I don't see anything. Anyway, we should get down there, because I can't do anything this damn thing.
Alright.
But if there's somebody out, maybe we should call out, see if we can find him. Maybe it's Charlie, and I can ask him what the hell he did.
Well, did his log say anything about him being sick too?
No, just said about the little rat suckers.
I might be just a little panicked here. That's fine. It's probably Charlie.
Well, hey, Charlie! Charlie! Where you at, you old bitch? Charlie! Well, is he over there? Where is he? Can you see over there?
You know, so I looked like I had so much success with my mobility roll. Did I get over there to see anything, or?
Yeah, you're able to get over there, but you didn't do it stealthily. As you make your way around the corner, you missed what appears to be like just some loose chain that's sitting off to the side. You stumble over it, and it rattles.
Yeah. Oh, I try to peek around and see if I see anything, even though I just probably alerted whoever is over there.
Sure. Go ahead and make a observation check, please. Kip, you can as well.
Oh,
Well, we're doing good. That is for sure.
that doesn't.
Oh, shit. Okay, Sheridan. Make me a panic check, please.
All right. Panic.
Okay, you're able to hold it together. So what you do see is there. You see vaguely in the shadows that as it slowly creeps its way up the side of the tower and then slinks its way inside.
And I'm the only one that saw that.
You're the only one who saw that, and take a stress, please.
Man.
Yeah, Kip just keeps yelling for Charlie.
I'm gonna run over and put my hand over Kip's face and say, "That wasn't Kip. No, that wasn't Charlie, Kip. It was not fucking Charlie."
All right, get off me. What's going on?
I don't know what that was, but that was not a human. That was not a person. There's something inside. There's Jackie and Trina. Let's go make sure they're okay.
All right.
And I don't even wait for Kip. I just start going down.
Yeah, Kip just walks over there normally and starts going down. He doesn't seem overly worried.
Okay, so Jackie and Trina, as we go back to you two are, Trina, you're probably just dicking around on the terminal that Charlie left behind, and Jackie constantly on alert, but both of you give me observation checks, please.
Trina is mostly looking into seeing if she can find any more logs, just regarding what had happened. She's not focused on playing any games right now. She's a bit too stressed to do
enough.
so. So, observation, you said?
Yes, please. And Jackie, as well as Trina, got success as well. You hear that
Help me.
coming from back the way you came.
Jacqueline turns to Trina. I heard something. It sounded like a child. Did you hear that?
Oui, I heard it too. It is coming from over there, and she points around and down the walkway. But why would there be children in here?
Well, were there any children on this station?
There was roughly about 10 families. I know the crew quarters didn't appear to be that large, but this is kind of the secondary atmospheric processing plant, so you have colonizers down here as well. So about at most 10 families, but you're not entirely sure of the entire crew level.
It is entirely possible that a child is here. From what I understand, aren't children sometimes more resilient to these illnesses?
True. I don't know if they've eaten in days. We should go see how they are. We should go help them.
And Jackie starts to take down that way, but then she stops suddenly and looks back at you. It sounded odd. It didn't sound quite right. I am not sure what to make of it. Just
But keep on the lookout.
be aware.
Yeah. Let us just keep aware. But if it's a child in need, we should go and help them.
She nods. And then heads back down toward where they heard the sound.
Okay, so as the two of you make your way over that direction, you hear that cry again. See crawling down along the central reactor there. This image. Or that
Do we have
creature.
guns?
Yeah, I have a gun.
Yeah.
Jackie K pulls her gun, stops suddenly, just like pulls her gun out with one hand and with the other basically clotheslines Trina, in this kind of protective mom car stopping suddenly gesture, to keep her from moving forward.
Sorry. Both of you make a panic roll. All right, you are fine, and then you add stress, of course.
Trina, as Jackie clotheslines her, hitting her with a bit of an oof there, and she cowers behind one of the consoles a few steps away from Jackie and just screams out, "What in the fuck is that?"
Instead of responding, I think Jackie actually just starts shooting at it.
Okay, go ahead and make a firearms check.
Is that ranged combat?
Yes, sorry. I forgot that's what that's listed at in the system. Yep, range combat check, please. Okay, with a success, you are 100% sure you clip it, but it does not seem to penetrate its armor as it disappears in the shadows.
Oh, quick question. Can I make an observation roll using my analysis talent?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. Hey!
You got a success.
Amazing. Let's see. So I can roll observation to gain insight regarding a stranger, alien, artifact, or creatures that you encounter. Oh, I have to study it for at least one turn. I probably didn't have the chance, so never mind. Unless there was enough time to look at it.
There was not.
That's fine. That's okay.
So with that use, you do look at it as it slinks into the shadows, but it's too silhouetted to get a clear image of it, and it disappears entirely. Right about at that time is when Kip and Sheridan make their way back down.
And Sheridan jumps from the ladder and runs over and says, "Are you girls okay?"
Did we hear the gunshot, by the way?
Yeah, both of you did.
Yeah. Kid, what the hell? You been shooting at something?
Wait, there's something in here. It was down here. Trina is, she's nearly pulling her hair at this point.
Jackie is still staring, pistol aimed out into the darkness. Yes, it was something definitely not a rat, much larger. Perhaps some sort of native species.
I think you're all getting a little worked up.
No, I am most certainly not getting worked up. I saw what I saw, and it was no species that I recognized, and my bullet did not penetrate its armor, although I did hit it.
Well,
I suggest that we all be on the alert.
Yeah, I just want to make a quick comment to shooting near that reactor, because if you shoot that reactor, this whole place is gonna blow up, and that's bad.
She waves her hand at you. I was not anywhere near the reactor.
Well, just be careful. I mean, I don't know what you all are seeing, because I ain't seen shit. But maybe if you're all worried, let's get out of here then.
We should continue on. We should Did you figure out exactly what happened up in the communication?
Well, not exactly. Seems to be pretty, well, fucked.
We can't leave. Jackie kind of looks around at everyone. We heard something else. And she looks over at Trina for support on this. It sounded like a child.
Ew,
We-
what?
Yeah.
There's a child, and that thing's here. We have to go find it. Find the child.
We should. Maybe if there's a thing there, she checks back to kind of her portable computer that she has, looking down and points at the map at the armory and points there and says, if there's something in here, maybe I have nothing. I have nothing to defend myself. Maybe we should go there.
That's a good
I
plan.
thought you had
Fine.
your sharp razor wit. You can tell
Unfortunately,
Kip is not taking this as serious as anybody else because he has seen nothing.
Well, Kip, you can firstly go fuck yourself, and secondly, we need to get to that armory. There's something, and though your mind is a damn bat, there is something in here. All three of us have seen it.
Well, I mean, I can understand not being as even cool-headed as me, but that's fine. We can go get some. We can go mount up, as they say in the movies.
All right. So as you make your way back down through the bridge to the
Do we
central
pass?
area-
I'm sorry. Do we pass an area where we thought the voice was coming from?
As you cross the other side of the bridge, yeah, that appears to be the area where you thought the voice was coming from. But as you look around, you don't see anything. So maybe the child ran further into the complex, like in this direction, or maybe it was something else. You're not sure.
As they're walking, Trina keeps herself almost in the center of everybody, mostly keeping behind Jackie and Kip for protection.
And Kip walks upright as usual, straight spined, head on a swivel, even more alert than she usually is, especially since she doesn't feel that Kip is taking the danger seriously.
Yeah, he gets out a cigar and starts smoking it again.
So I need everyone to give me an observation check. Oh, Kip, make me a panic roll, please.
Okay.
And so on your sheet there, just make sure to key in the stress levels, I think, that you have there.
Yeah, I only had one so far.
7. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, Jackie has like some talents that have to deal with that.
Oh, damn.
your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range view increases by 1. So everyone, maybe it's
I have the
just
same thing.
the fact that everyone is freaking out, Kip, but the fact that you're in this place, you haven't seen anything yet, but everyone else is saying saw something, you are just jumping at every shadow possible and making everyone twitch. So once again, everyone just increases their stress by 1.
Yeah, I think maybe Kip is a little nervous that everybody else is going off their rocker too, and he's the only one that's kind of holding it together, so it's making him feel a little uncomfortable that everybody else is feeling so, crazy.
What you all hear is this.
Someone there. Oh. God, help me.
Where's that coming from?
Yeah, with Jackie's roll, is she able to pinpoint it?
Yep, you're all able to detect that it's from the sign.
Means
The fuck was that?
It sounds like a voice of such. If we go into the science lab, if we go through here, maybe we can grab whatever we need from the armory beforehand and then help whoever's in the science lab.
Yeah, I think going to the armory sounds good about now. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, go.
Or is everybody kind of dashing down to the armory?
Oh
yeah, I'm fast walking.
Yeah.
On the way out, Jackie kind of shouts behind them, "We'll be back. Just a minute."
All right. So as you maybe can make out just a brief muffling noise, but you're not 100% sure what, Jackie. As you all reverberate the sound of metal as you hoof it down to the armory. As you come into the armory itself, appears to be a darkly silhouetted room. Doesn't be much power in here.
Yeah, immediately Kip would get his flashlight out and start shining it around.
Okay, as you... That's it. You start to flash or shine your flashlight around. You do see in the corner a silhouette of just standing.
This is in the armory.
Correct.
Yeah, Kip just looks over his shoulders. Hello?
Doesn't appear to be any recognition voice.
This is Jacqueline Katani. I'm the marshal. Are you in need of assistance?
They don't move.
Hey, look here, you fuck! Stop scaring us!
Marshal, why don't you, maybe put one in his leg?
She looks around. Do we see any weapons readily available in this armory?
It appears to be down in the section that body is propped up in.
She raises her pistol and starts
Sheridan.
to move forward, and just having her narrowest profile exposed to this person. Whoever you are, we're here to help.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an observation, please.
Oh, we've been rolling terrible.
They don't appear to respond.
Shoot him, Jackie, come on.
I can't shoot someone just because they're not speaking to me.
Just shoot him in the leg.
That's stupid.
Again, I am the marshal, Jacqueline Cantani. Show yourself.
No response.
Back me up, Kip. She, again, starts to move forward closer, looking all around. It's seeming very odd to her, almost like a bait for an ambush, although she can't understand why that would be on anyone's agenda. But she's looking all around, moving forward, trying to get a better look at this person.
Yeah, Kip's
Okay.
shining the light to keep it illuminated. Otherwise, he doesn't have anything that he can do.
Fair enough. So as you get closer with that, you don't see anything. But as Kip gets closer and shines the light on it, everyone that's looking, I need you to gain 1 stress because you see a body that is slumped, propped up against the wall, but the front of it is just exploded out from the neck all the way down to the groin.
Oh, man. It exploded, I told you.
Trina grabs onto Sheridan, just clutching on tightly, digging her nails into his shoulders. What the fuck is going on?
Kid, I do not know what. Jackie, you've been here a little while. You've never seen anything like this.
She shakes her head. No. She looks to the left of the corpse, to the right, holsters her weapon, tries to get a closer look. I am no doctor, but this does appear to have been, well, as if it exploded from the inside. That does not make any sense. Perhaps the person expired and then some sort of creature like the one we saw ate the tender parts. That might explain this.
How about we talk after we get some guns?
We, about the three of you, you pick up something. I'm... I need to look at this a bit closer. I need to know exactly what's going on. See if there's any evidence of whatever they have eaten before. I don't know, maybe I can get a sample or something just to find out exactly what this is.
He gives her such a... Are you sure about that?
I'm not sure at all, but this is probably needed. This might be useful in the future. Maybe not for me or us, but for someone. I don't know. It's pursuit of scientific ends, that sort of thing. Trina walks up, a bit shaky, but as she leans down to examine the body, her hands stop quaking. And with very surgical precision, she just starts to look over the body, look at the head, look at the eyes, just to see maybe exactly, try to pinpoint what exactly happened, maybe if there's any food left in the gut, anything like that.
And Sheridan calls out to her from behind Kip and Jackie, like, yes, you're. If we can find anything from this might be useful for in our other site.
Oh my god, Sheridan, this is my idea, not yours, so do not take the credit.
It's a good idea. Good idea.
Yeah, whatever. Kip goes to try to find something useful.
Success, but
Roll that beautiful bean footage there, Trina.
do I panic?
6, no.
But okay, that's good. That's
So, Sheridan, you see it first, and you're able to call out as this slinks down behind Kip.
Yeah. Kip, I yell out at Kip. Kip, get down, get down, get out of the way. Panicking.
I mean, do I see it too? I rolled 4 successes. So.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I missed
No,
that. I
that's cool.
apologize, but yeah,
I think you probably
there you
see
go.
it
That's
first.
what you see.
Yeah, if he sees it, he just tries to get the hell away from it. Whoa, what the? Just,
So, with that, then Kip, please make a stress check.
is that a panic or a... Oh,
Yeah, panic.
Okay.
Sorry. Ooh. Hey.
Does that mean all of us get a stress?
Everyone that sees it up close, yeah, you all get a stress, but Kip, tremble. You start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using agility suffer a minus modification. Panic stops. So, with that, though, I need everyone to roll or to draw a card for initiative.
You said
Are
we
they
all
on our sheets or are they like in the...
right next to the panic, it looks like.
Oh,
Yep,
You said we all take a stress?
correct. That's going to do that. Okay, instead of card value, do dice, please.
Okay.
Oh, we're unable to select our tokens, so we can't put them on the tracker ourselves.
Yeah.
Completely forgot it.
It's okay.
But I will manually add them here. Just a moment.
Ah, merci.
Alrighty, I'm about to shit my pants.
Roll initiative to shit your pants.
It's gonna stink even worse with that corpse in that room.
You get advantage.
I don't want to end up like that
Bubble
guy
gum.
from Big Trouble in Little China exploding.
Butthole's about to explode, dude.
Oh my, it's coming. I should have taken that Imodium.
Not the wrong end.
He ate some of the food
Yeah.
from the...
I was so hungry.
He was saying he wasn't, but we turned around and he got himself a spoonful.
Sometimes you just gotta eat.
Sometimes you just gotta eat greens.
Smelled alright to me. It's like Limburger cheese. Delicacy.
We eat mushrooms, right? What's wrong with that?
Same thing.
Get everyone put in there.
They're fun guys. It's cool.
I'm about to punch this thing in the mouth. Sure, it's gonna go great.
Definitely. Well, there are weapons in the room. They're just down by Trina. Trina's down here.
She's got her hands in a body right now. She's gonna turn around.
She's at least 2 knuckle deep.
Yeah.
That's at it.
I think
Is
she's
there a
like
third
forearm.
knuckle?
She's fisting that thing.
I am using it like a muppet. Aw.
Okay, so, all right. Oh, this thing's going to go first. Closest one is Sheridan, so it's going to move up. Sheridan. Ability check. Now you, Sheridan, also make a mobility check to dodge out of the way as this creature comes up, scurrying, skittering, leaves a kind of just a slight hissing noise. Oh, double shit. So make me that that panic roll, please. Rolling like shit too. Okay, so with an 8, tremble. Same thing as Kip. All rolls using agility for a -2 modification.
All right, is there a place where I note that on the card? Or
I
just
think
gotta...
it's range combat, mobility, and piloting. It looks like, or your agility.
Yeah. Is it so? It's -2 to those, or you just put in?
Correct.
Okay, so just can you go negative?
Yeah, when you're rolling, it pops up with that modifier question, so you just put a -1. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, as the rest of you watch as Sheridan just starts panicking and shaking, this comes up and envelops it envelops Sheridan in a deep hug. What it's gonna do, Kip, you are up.
Kip sees this and immediately runs to try to get some weapon of some sort. Preferably, knowing him, he's gonna want something he can hit it with.
Okay. There are several melee weapons there. So
Yeah, he'll grab whatever
Yeah.
seems like the most deadly.
are you going ranged or are you
Oh,
going
melee for sure, yeah. He doesn't know how to shoot.
say that there's a fire axe that's sitting right next to the weapon rack.
Yeah, he grabs it.
Yep, you're able to grab it, and then did you want to take a swing at this thing?
If I can get back in range and do so, absolutely. He would. Yeah, go ahead.
It's fairly narrow. Yeah, you could do that.
Sheridan, don't hook it back. He tries to hit it across the back with his axe.
Then go ahead and a combat check. Combat, nice. With that, got 1 damage for bonuses. Okay, so it's 4 damage. Okay, as you bury your axe in it, it sinks half an inch into this creature's hide, and it doesn't appear to have any effect.
Yeah, he's pretty surprised. What the hell? That would have killed a man. He looks very, very shocked.
With that, then we move over to Trina as she is trying to probe the insides of this deceased individual, as you start hearing shrieks and screams coming from Sheridan and Kip. You
Manly
look over.
shrieks.
Yeah, very manly. You look over to see Sheridan is currently entangled in this arm as Kip has it buried in its side.
Oh no. Ooh, I'm wondering. Is there any sort of maybe like a steam vent or something that one could maybe shoot to pour down like steam on this thing to try and like daze it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Trina turns around, panics a bit, seeing this thing, and she immediately scrambles, her hands covered in blood, but she grabs, she's nearby this corpse here, grabs one of the pistols that's nearby. She's still kind of on her hands and knees, but she turns over, kind of sitting down on the ground. Instead of aiming at the creature that she does for but a moment, she aims upwards and shoots at one of the vents.
Okay, make a ranged combat check, please.
This will not be successful. Or this
It would be very successful.
Very successful, but you panic.
Oh,
Oh, no.
my.
Panic!
Okay, so with that, you're able to cause the rupture in a steam vent that's running next to the corner here, where the wall meets the ceiling. Steam starts to erupt forth. The creature is dazed, so it won't fight back if Sheridan tries to escape. Panic. That up. Right, I will get back to you while I find that. Sheridan, you are up.
Yeah, I'm probably going to just start kicking and screaming, trying to get out of its embrace.
Okay, go ahead and make a combat check. Or, actually, combat or agility, whichever you prefer.
Combat real quick here.
The stat
Oh,
button
there
is
it
not
is. Let's
going
do.
to...
Okay. Then -2 per modifier.
Still, with the 1, it doesn't fight back, so you're able to break free. As you break free, that is when the steam just erupts and covers everything. Trina, what makes you freeze, because that's what you rolled on the panic table, is that you're frozen, and your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range increases by 1. So unfortunately, you're a stress bomb now. But this
Not all
thing
of
starts shrieking, and you hear this pop up. Coming from as the creature opens its mouth, you hear the sounds of that little kid screaming, "Help me."
Yeah, Trina just stares at it, bewildered, confused, and absolutely terrified. Still pointing the gun up slightly towards the ceiling, but her hands and joints, everything's locked in place, and she's unable to move anymore.
All right.
I don't know how movement here works, but I imagine I've probably fallen on the ground and I'm trying to kick and claw my way away from it on the floor, kind of trying to get away.
You'd move halfway, and I've given everyone control of their characters now, so I would say you'd probably be about halfway up there.
All right, and then you said, so everyone that was in close range, is that all of us?
Yes. This is kind of a small armory area. Jackie, you're up.
Is there anything, any big guns near Jack?
There is one rifle. So there is one scope rifle mounted on the wall.
Okay, I'm assuming that she's been so slow because she's been kind of eyeballing the walls, looking for the right, for whatever she can grab that's bigger than her little pistol. And she grabs it and checks to see if it's loaded and cocked and fires at this thing.
Okay. And as you're able to snatch ammunition quick, chamber around, and go ahead and pop off a shot. Okay, with that...
Success. But it's a big gun.
Okay, yeah, you're actually able to do 1 point of damage to it. As you pop off a shot, it snakes in right where Kip had an axe buried deep within it, and it just through its hide. There's a slight shriek as you hear the "help me" wail forth.
Yeah, that slightly off but childlike voice emanating from its obviously alien orifice there, just that's off-putting even to Jackie K, and she shoulders this weapon and fires at it, shaking her head kind of subconsciously in denial at that unnatural sound coming from it.
Did you want to move at all?
She might move forward a little bit, but she's got a ranged weapon. She doesn't need to be too close.
Okay. And the range on this is extreme, so you don't have to worry about distance for this thing. As the creature kind of shakes itself free of the blast of steam that disoriented it, it looks around at everyone and begins to crawl back into the ceiling. And as you look up, you see that there's what appears to be ductwork up in the ceiling, and it through a hole in there. Going there. Oh yeah, and it just up and vanishes.
Rabbit's out, so it scared the shit out of me just now.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell? We gotta get out of here, Jackie.
She kind of dashes forward to grab Sheridan, looks him over as he...
Patting his whole body, trying to make sure his insides are still inside, not exploded.
Is he wounded that she can see?
Was that me or to Sheridan?
To you.
Oh, I'm sorry. My son's stirring. What was that again?
Is Sheridan wounded that she can see?
No,
Or just
not
scratches?
just scratches.
She gives you a... I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said a Sheridan wound that you can see too.
No.
Yeah, it's the biggest boo-boo you ever had.
Oh, probably. I mean, I did get a pretty nasty paper cut the other day, though. So you know that.
Jackie
Island was
just
paper.
looks you up and down very quickly, nods. You're fine. Let's go.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Come on. Frenchie, let's go.
Trina, is she still frozen?
No, combat's ended. The scene ended,
okay.
so you're able to snap out of it as Kip kind of yells at you.
You see, she's been just staring at the same place up in the ceiling for a while. Her arm drops and she breathes heavily. She gets to her feet and looks to you. All right. Where are we going? Are we leaving?
I'm leaving. I don't give a shit what you guys do.
Well,
We didn't come prepared for this. We should get back to the ship. If we return, we'll return properly armed.
well, if those things are here, maybe they have some kind of the doctor. Do you think they would have any notes in their science lab?
Does it matter?
If you want the notes from those science labs, you go ahead and get them. I'm out of here. Let's go.
Maybe they beat one once. Maybe.
Well, you can go and get it because I am not being paid enough for this.
Damn straight.
Come on, Kip. Jackie, let's go. Trina will start making her way out the door, checking corners to make sure there's nothing there.
Yeah, I think Kip basically starts running. He won't let anybody get too far away from him, but he's trying to go as fast as possible.
Jackie kind of grabs Sheridan by the arm. If there is something here of value, we can come back for it later. We aren't prepared for this. We thought we were going to be facing a cold.
You're right. I don't know what came over me. It's better to be alive than food. And he starts running too after Kip, trying to stay close enough to the folks that actually have weapons.
Jackie nods, looks behind her, carrying this big rifle, and then turns around and follows up, bringing up the rear, making sure nothing's following them.
Okay, go ahead and give me an observation check, Jackie. So as you are looking around, as everyone is just pounding, making their way towards the ship, which is out here. Ooh. Then okay, so as you are all running towards that, and Jackie, you're slowly, just not slowly, but you're trailing behind just to give them distance, just in case you need to open fire. You are immediately clutched by 2 feet, bird-like, grab you and start pulling you up into the.
Can she resist this?
You can give me a combat check, please.
I'm sorry, a what?
Combat.
Okay.
Whereabout are we on the map right now?
You're probably about right.
Oh my gosh, I'm the worst roller tonight.
Oh my goodness.
All of us have been.
Don't worry, I'm
Glad I
huge.
succeeded.
He hulks out.
All right. So as you struggle to fight to break free, do you say anything? Do you yell out?
Yeah, she definitely does. She says, it's got me.
Trina would immediately turn around, scream, Jackie! And she'll, if she can, open fire in the direction. She's not sure what's going on, so she just starts shooting.
Okay, give me that range combat then.
Sorry, Jackie, your face was so big.
I am so sorry. I panic!
Okay. Jackie, are you wearing any armor?
I don't think it was on the sheet. Let me take a look. Where would I see armor on the
I think
sheet?
it's
It would be eliciting.
it's bottom under manipulation.
Oh, no.
Okay. Take 2 damage as Jackie, or not as Jackie, but as Trina panics and opens fire, but lifts up just in time, and you take it right in the shoulder.
Yeah, she is being lifted up, and then her body convulses as she takes some shots in the shoulder.
What is Trina's downside for failing her pen?
Yeah, let's see. That. There we go. That. You got a 9. Drop item. Whether by stress, confusion, or realization that you're all going to die anyway, you drop a weapon or other important item. Your stress level increases by 1. So I think you you panic because you hit Jackie in the shoulder, and so the rest of you, actually everyone, can make observation from the impact place.
Oh my goodness.
I both panicked, dropped my gun, and I failed the observation roll.
And
Holy
panicked.
balls.
And panics.
So much
Okay.
panic.
Stop
So,
rolling!
So, what? Yeah. Then panic rolls from Sheridan and Trina.
I'm almost at 10. It'll be a 9.
Okay. Let's see. You get. I'm sorry, Sheridan, but you start trembling again.
Yay.
And Trina, you scream. Let's see. Your stress level is decreased by 1, but every friendly character who hears your scream makes an immediate panic roll.
Alright, so trembling and then another panic roll.
Yep.
I do it.
Okay, so Sheridan, yeah, you're down on your knees shaking. Kip, you look for cover. You need you spend your next action to seek cover to get away from danger. Your stress level is decreased by 1, but the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range increases by 1.
So I
So,
go
what
down 1
happened?
and they go up 1.
Yeah.
Now did I get
So-
an extra stress for Trina failing her roll?
No,
Okay.
you got it from her screaming.
Oh, so I got 1 from her screaming. I got a stress from
Yep.
that. So okay, so I'm basically at the same. Okay.
Yeah. So what happens is that it's mass confusion as Jackie starts getting picked up. Trina picks up her gun, shoots Jackie in the shoulder. All of you notice as the impact wound from the gunshot, this white milky fluid starts leaking down her body. That's what causes Trina to scream because this is completely foreign to her until it takes a moment for her mind to register, what's going on. Sheridan, you're just down on your knees shaking because your comrade is being hoisted up in the air and flown away. And Kip, you're like, no, fuck this. This is just too much. And you run away as everyone watches you abandon them.
Yeah, I run towards the ship.
Okay. Yeah, everyone can. The ship's down here, so you can move your character down there.
Yeah, I don't
Jackie
have control of
assisting.
him, but
You should.
No, I don't have control.
Oh yeah, we lost control.
yeah, you probably pulled out the tokens from the character sheet.
I did.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
fine.
forgot to
That's
do
fine.
that. There we go. I gave you control back, Kip.
Yeah, he just runs. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He just books it.
Okay. Everyone has control of their characters. As you all watch as this thing just is carrying Jackie higher and higher into the air. Jackie, what are you doing?
I think she turns her big gun on it and just starts firing directly into its body.
Okay, you get an extra die for close range. Close range fuckery.
Nice.
Okay, with that, this one, as you hear this horrible shriek and this sounds come out of it.
Hey, I need that spanner. Can you bring that down here for me?
As that just shrieks out of its mouth, but in this warbly echo. You're not entirely sure what is going on from this, other than they're able to mimic human speech somehow, but it causes it enough to drop as it flies away above the rock shelf. You lose sight of it.
Jackie drops, landing on crouched knees. One hand goes to her shoulder where she's spurting white fluid, kind of hand pressed against it. The other still holding the rifle, sort of unnaturally still in possession of her calm. To the ship, now, and starts heading that way. And if she sees anyone that's kind of frozen in panic, she does her best to push them, corral them.
You see... Oh, sorry.
No.
You see Sheridan down on his knees, and you hoist him up, basically kick him in the ass and tell him to get the ship. One slowly, or not slowly, but makes their way quickly to the ship down here. You all load inside, and you don't see Fiona.
That was the pilot.
Yeah.
Sorry, my token's being stupid. Can you bring it back down there?
I don't know. You're just running.
Just gonna go kill it.
Yeah, there you go. T-1000.
I mean, is there any way for us to fly the ship?
I can try.
Well, first
you can
thing,
certainly try.
Kip shuts the door when they get in. He just shuts the door behind whoever's the last person in. Get in here. Where is she? Where is I? Damn it! I ain't waiting for her.
Wait. And Trina immediately hops into the pilot's seat and just tries to figure it out. She has no idea what she's doing, but she's gonna try and fly this thing.
Oh my god, this is going to be fantastic.
Everyone dies of a
Panic.
crash ship.
Is this deck? Is this it's piloting!
Yeah, I think at this point, Sheridan's definitely just running around the ship, just screaming for Fiona, terrified that maybe just Fiona, looking for her because he's afraid that maybe something might be in the ship that got her, since she was told not to leave the ship.
Yeah, Jackie K's still got her hand pressed to her shoulder. She looks around for something to press against it. Starts just kind of walking around the ship, prowling, looking for either Fiona or something that might have taken her. Get us out of here, Trina.
She tries to fly the ship. I mean, she got 2 successes, but she also panicked with a 14. So, let's see.
go.
Oh my god. Do we end up in the air or no?
Yeah, you're in the air as you take off. You see that creature.
All right. Yeah, she's starting to fly, and then she looks around her shoulder. And who would be standing near her? Who's the nearest person to her?
I think Kip sounds
Yeah,
like
Kip
he's,
would probably be trying to help very poorly, but hit this button, do this, cone.
slamming buttons to him.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's inside the cockpit that I'd be doing this, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm, the ship has no weapons. I'm imagining that you do you.
She just starts to scream loudly, looking back at Kip, and she jumps out of the chair, letting go of the controls, and just nails out, just starts swiping and clawing and attacking Kip.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, everyone make a panic roll as she gets up and lets go of the flight sticks.
Oh my god.
Do I trigger panic roll?
No, you're panicked.
Dude, does my stress go up?
No.
Oh,
It's not an 8.
Can Jackie grab control of the panel?
Yeah, with Jackie's speed, she's able to get up there. Kip, you, weirdly enough, you're nervous. You got a nervous twitch as you're jumping back as Trina is trying to just scratch your face out.
I think Kip would like just try to basically donkey punch her, get her off of him, right, and just knock her out because she's just going nuts.
So
He basically tries to caveman hit her on top of the head, you know.
yeah.
Jack where you put his hands together.
Everyone's stress level goes up by 1 because of that. And then Sheridan, you just, as you're running around, you drop whatever you're holding, whether it be briefcase, whether it be whatever, drop it to the ground. And after this horrific display of violence, and your stress goes up by another 1 as well.
All right.
So yeah, Jackie, as you hop into the cockpits, you grab onto the flight sticks as Kip and Trina are fighting back and forth. Go ahead and make that piloting check.
Come on, stress. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, Jackie looks around, having never flown a ship in her life, but she's all right. This looks like your standard steering joystick, and this looks like and she just kind of figures it out. She pushes the steering joystick forward, and the ship starts to move.
The creature, as you see it flying above the jungle canopy, you see it veer off deeper into the jungle. But you can certainly make your way back towards the base in the northern hemisphere.
Jackie says, "Someone get on comms."
Trina is just, unless she's been knocked out, she's trying to scratch out Kip's
Yeah,
eyes
he's
right
just
now.
basically trying to keep her at bay, whatever he can. Sheridan, get on the comms. This crazy trying to kill me.
Sheridan, I don't know what you're saying, but he tries to grab at Trina and pull her off.
Comms, communicate.
Radio, the radio man.
Talk to people.
And so he's like, don't want help. Okay, and he jumps on to try to grab the communicator and just starts stammering into it. There's hello, hey you, hello. Trying to get it to work.
You get a one of the roughnecks on the northern hemisphere Outlander colony goes, yeah. Who's it?
You can hear it. This is Sheridan. This is Sheridan Lamara. We were sent out here. There are alien. There are monsters that are killing people. They're dead. Everyone's dead. Just stammering and just almost nonsensical. Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. One of these goddamn yuppie drunk playing with... Listen here. The calm isn't a play toy. You're gonna have to put this down and go back
This
to your
isn't fucking playtime. This is we might die. We need help. We're in the other base. And trying to... I don't remember the name of the station that we're at right now, but saying that we're at that station and just repeating himself that there are aliens that are attacking and killing, and yeah.
What are you talking about?
Aliens. They're deadly aliens. We need help.
You hear the pause as he's just not even comprehending what you're saying. And we only have the one shuttle.
Wearing just screaming obscenities. Shit. And yells over to Jackie, "This is the only shuttle they got."
Do they have any way to blow up the base?
Do you have any way to blow up the base?
I mean, yeah, a reactor overload would do it, but that'd destroy...
Can you do it from there?
Reactor.
No.
Got it. And she starts piloting around looking for, like, what kind of capabilities does this shuttle have?
Not the best.
Like they would have to dive bomb it or something?
You don't have any weapons. Like, this is just a transport vessel between the bases. It's space-worthy, but it doesn't have any weapons on it.
Kip is like, what do you think you're doing, Jackie? Get us back to the base.
Hey!
Get off me, Trina.
Calm down, Trina. Calm down,
Jackie?
Trina.
Jackie, you can make a command roll.
She's really great at this. Because her empathy is so high. Trina, you big nerd, shut up and sit down.
And Trina, as your anger flashes over to Jack, and you start to focus on her, you see the crusted white fluid that's on her shoulder, and you immediately snap back to the reality of the situation.
You see that rage flash across Trina's face as she looks back to Jackie, taking one step over near, and she stops, and she just holds her head, sits down on the shuttle floor. I don't know what came over me.
Just sit down and shut up. Oh my god.
The only way to destroy the base is to take out the reactor. Trina sort of pilots the ship.
I ain't going back down there.
Out of range, but she stays kind of within the vicinity of this place. We don't have any munitions that can do that on board the ship.
I don't give a shit about that. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to the base. They can call in the Marines.
Sheridan starts to kind of gather himself. Like he'd been full panic mode trying to think of a way to destroy it, but starts to gather himself. And I agree with Kip. There's too much good work that we were trying to do. There might be something there that we need military backup.
Jackie looks at everybody on behind her as she keeps one hand on the steering joystick and looks back. I'll take us back if you do a thorough check of this ship. I will not take back something that compromises the safety of the colony.
Would Kip know from what that she's leaking the white substance that she's an android? Can I make that leap of logic, or?
He's mechanical. I would think
Yeah.
that's like really, really obvious.
I mean, anyone. You've all dealt with sense.
Yeah,
before.
he just kind of pokes her in the shoulders like, well, I see you've been keeping a big secret. You might not want to live, because you don't matter, because you're a robot. But I'm planning on living a good long while yet. So you drop me off. I'll take care of Frenchie and this pencil neck. You can do whatever you want. If you want to go back in there, blow up the base by yourself, do it.
She looks at him, just kind of blinks, not showing any real expression. It probably occurs to Kip right about now that although she has this overly formal way of speaking, people probably make jokes about it, how robotic, she is, and how she doesn't have any real feelings, or I'm sure it's the subject of many of joke behind her back, but she's giving him that look now, and it's maybe a little unsettling. I value my existence as much as you value yours. With my greater potential, perhaps even more. Still, I have my duty. Check the ship.
Fine. Sheridan, get up and help me. And he will grab Sheridan by the arm and rough him up out of his seat. Come on!
Yeah. Sheridan's just basically scrambling, feet kind of barely hitting the floor. She's being dragged, arms flailing in there. I'll help. I'll do this. Well, just get us back. Get us back, Jackie. Start searching.
As you make your way around the ship, examining every nook and cranny, thing stowed away in the shadows. It's a fairly small ship for you to scout top to bottom, but there's nothing that stands out or jumps out or jumps out immediately.
Were we able to find anything that would tell us what happened to Pilot Fiona?
As you are examining the ship, as you come up into the pilot's area, the cockpit, you do see a pair of aviators that have been knocked to the side that fell under one of the consoles, and you're not sure what happened there, but maybe it got knocked off from when Trina and Kip were fighting, or maybe something else happened, but no, nothing definitive.
Okay. So it was under one of the consoles?
Yeah.
Kip is keeping very close attention to the structural integrity, the hull of the ship, to make sure doesn't look like anything's been chewed through or anything like that. I'm guessing he knows ships a little bit as far as the mechanical sense, and any place that something could stow away, he would try to figure out if there's anything in there.
Oh, sure, yeah. No, you're not. You don't see anything that pops off. You've in fact serviced the shuttle several times because they are kind of rough with it, and you're the mechanic at the northern base. And as you look around for any cubby holes or anything, nothing is on this with you. You make it back northern facility, and you land as everyone starts to disembark. Jackie, are you getting off too?
I think she's stepped
Jackie just
away.
left.
You can wait until she gets
Yep,
back.
she just left. So, yeah, the three of you start to disembark, and here.
You want to just give her a second maybe to come back?
God damn it. I lost the uplink terminal. Can you come help
Yeah.
me find it?
As you all hear that, three of you are leaving the cockpit.
Do I recognize that voice?
Nope.
No.
It wouldn't be Fiona.
Nope,
Yeah.
it wasn't Fiona.
And Trina's had some time to breathe, but she's still on edge, sweating profusely. Her clothes slightly stained, sweat marks in different places, her back, her chest. She widens her eyes and looks around. What's that?
I don't know. There's no way that it could. We checked the ship, right? That they couldn't have come with us.
Did you check into the ducts? Did you check
I
about?
checked everywhere. There ain't nothing here unless it's on the outside of the ship.
And as the door opens up, this creature looms over the edge of the ship, looking in. Everyone gain 1 step.
Close it! Close it!
I'm at 10. What
happens at 10?
Nothing.
Okay. Just means we can't get any more.
Yeah, there might be something further on, but I don't remember off the top of my head. And looking through this, I don't see anything. It's just that you're going to probably fuck up more.
Oh, fun. Because it's been super great so far.
Trina screams at seeing that, and if we have anything, any sort of maybe a pipe or whatever, she'll just take a whack at it. I don't know.
I have my axe
She's
still.
scared.
I'll swing it at its head.
Hey, you
Sure.
got
And
this.
I'm imagining Sheridan does the full on like Jurassic Park corporate guy who runs for the back of the door. Like that is 100% what Sheridan's doing.
Yeah, go. So yeah, everyone who is doing their thing.
We're on the
Jackie, what are you
ground
doing?
now, right? Is that correct? We're getting out of the ship? Okay.
Yeah. As the ship landed, the door opens. You are starting to make your way outside. You see this creature looming over the edge of the ship.
Mhm.
More panic.
So, Jackie, what are you up to?
What can she see from? I mean, she's been piloting the ship.
Yep, and you made it back to the northern Outlander colony and have landed. As everyone has examined the interior of the ship, inside and out multiple times for the flight back. As night falls, you land on the pad. People are waving you in, but as doors open, leave, and as the rest of your crewmate, your buddies, so to speak, on this flight have started to leave here. You heard a female's voice chime out, and as you look back, you see this lumbering over the lip of the hull.
Oh, well, she definitely grabs her gun and charges forward.
Okay, so you can go ahead and make me a ranged combat check as I take care of the people who are losing their shit.
Yeah, I hit, but I got 4 successes.
Hey, I got 1.
You won. Trina hit with a 1 and panicked. As you run, you take a pipe. You said, right, Trina?
Yeah, like maybe a pipe that's sitting to the side, but she bashes it.
Yeah, it just makes this hollow thunk off the side of its head as it jerks to the side and looks at you. It opens its mouth and that woman's voice comes out again, scream out loud. As everyone hears your scream, makes an immediate panic roll. As Kip runs in with his axe, he's managed to make a solid hit on it.
All right, I'm making another.
And then Jackie, you make another gunshot right through its eyes, but it's still, or where its eyes might on its head, it's still standing.
All right, so I made a panic roll for my attack. So that was the 8. And then I'll make another one for her screaming. Oh, lovely.
Okay. You rolled an 11. Seek cover.
Yeah, he tries to beat Sheridan to the back.
The two of you just haul ass away. You both have control, but I'm just going to put you up here.
Leaving poor fucking Trina in front of this thing.
Do I gain a
Danish,
stress?
all I can see is the base. Has my sight been moved?
Oh yeah, I can only see the base.
Okay.
Yes, you lose 1 stress.
Lose?
There,
Okay,
Kip,
cool.
But everyone else gains 1 as you haul ass away.
I'm safe!
So yeah, this thing appears to be wounded as it leaks this milky blue fluid off of its multiple injuries, but it moves up to grab Trina.
No! Sucker blue.
1. All right. You can make a close combat check to try to escape from it.
I assume that's just combat, right?
Yeah, sorry.
You can do it. Oh, look at that!
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. Trina, even though she's like just screamed very loudly, I think it's in the panic of seeing this thing, she dives out of the way, kind of rolling on the floor and rolling back to her feet. She's hyperventilating, seeing this thing come after her.
Yeah, you flail about and hyperventilate and drop as this creature just tries to lunge towards you. Sheridan, you, as Kip just pushes you out of the way and hauls ass past you, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to keep up or trying to pass him. Like, definitely trying to get away and hide.
Okay, make a mobility roll.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. With 2 successes, and then make that accompanying panic roll, please.
Badly.
The 14, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
10.
Plus 10.
2 successes, and you're berserk. So as you're running past, you're hauling past Kip. Kip is the closest one to you. You're not going to let him get past. You lash out and start attacking.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Why is everybody attacking me?
You're close.
Jackie, what are you doing?
Jackie sees all of this happening, and she thinks about her mistakes of the past, and looks at her comrades who are bleeding, hurting, panicking, kind of nods to herself, shoulders this rifle a little closer, and then she runs toward it, shooting, but she's basically trying to get in close, get its attention, get it distracted, take whatever hits it's got.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make that ranged combat check. Oh, and add 1 more die in there for getting up close and personal with it.
Right, so that'd be 3. Or do I just roll another dice?
Yeah, just roll
Just
another
roll
one.
D6.
What?
Even a 6, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, yeah, you're able to do another. You get up close and just blast into it. Another gaping wound opens up in its hide, but it's still standing.
Come at me, motherfucker.
It is up. It just pissed, so All right, it's going to look over at Jackie as the one who has done the most damage to it. Do that. Jackie. No. So I'll just do it here. That is 2 hits.
Okay. How do I mark that on the sheet?
So your health. Just had. Oh, over on the left side. So you got
It's
personal
under
agenda,
stress,
relationship.
right?
Got it.
Yep.
Got it. So I'll mark off 2. Okay.
As
Yeah.
the creature lunges out at you and you see these jaws rend across your body.
And it reaches out and rends across her chest. The other side, more flesh sags away, and tubing, gets broken, and white fluid starts spurting up onto her neck and chin. And she grimaces a bit, but keeps her focus with the weapon. That's it. Focus on me, she says.
Right. And then Trina, you're up.
Is that creature, is it in the doorway of the...
It has jumped down and trying to come at you. So yeah, I'd say roughly about doorway wise.
Alright, so Trina is going to try and run to basically the cockpit controls and try to get those doors closed on it.
Okay. Go ahead and make me that mobility check, please.
Once it... Hey, 4 successes, but 1 panic.
Le panique.
Ah, 13!
Oh, that is
She's
so
trying to crush
brutal.
this thing with the doors.
Okay, so with 13, flee. You can't take it anymore. You must flee to a safe space and refuse to leave it.
Okay, where is a good safe space in this place?
So with those successes, you're able to run in and you're able to slam button to begin the closing process. And the safest space for you at the moment is in the cockpit.
She hides underneath. As soon as she slams that, she just cowers underneath, pulling the chair a bit closer to her as much as she can, and making herself as tiny as possible in a small ball, like covering her head, rocking back and forth very lightly.
Okay, Jackie, as you see this creature, doors starting to close on it. It looks up and takes one. It gets its leg pinched in the doorway, and this thing is starting to hobble around, letting out this baleful shriek. What do you do?
Is Kip and Sheridan just like? What are we doing?
You're still
Okay.
fighting. Kip, since Sheridan is going all out on you, you can make a combat check if you want. Otherwise, you can make a mobility check to get away from him.
Yeah, I would try to smack him with the haft of the. Oh my god.
Or a command to get him to stop.
Oh.
Close combat. Yeah, with that, Sheridan, take 2 damage.
Let me. So this personal safety talent probably is not relevant if he's the only one close to me, huh?
Yes, and you're at the moment losing your shit.
So yeah, that's out the window. So yeah, I'm taking 2 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, he just punches him.
All right.
Get off me!
And then, of course, make that panic check there.
Yeah.
8.
Whew.
You tremble like, man, you got the shakes bad.
So does this break me out of trying to hide?
Yeah, I would say you just snap and you don't know what came over you. Just this bout of rage, disappear as you try to slap Sheridan away. You look over, you don't see Trina anywhere. Jackie, is more of her flesh is sloughed away, white fluid spilling on the ground as this creature is hobbling around trying to lunge at her.
Yeah, I imagine it looks something like Sheridan just starts like wailing on Kip, and it's like pillows are hitting him. And he just reaches out and kind of grabs Sheridan's head and slams it into the wall and turns around. Stop hitting me. We gotta help.
All right, and then Jackie, you are up. What are you doing?
Okay, so Trina tried to catch it in the door. Does she think her action would be better spent to shoot at it, or could she backtrack to kind of try to keep it from retreating out of the doorway as it was getting smashed, like a grapple sort of a thing?
Well, this thing was able to dodge out of the doorway, but it did get its leg crushed. And since its leg has been severely crushed and broken, and all the wounds that you put into it, all of you, this thing is hobbling around. It is wheezing, it's shrieking. You hear the sound of a woman's voice coming out of it, bits and starts.
I think she just shoots at it then.
Shoost away. All right, what's that look like when you kill this thing?
All right, it's got its leg kind of stuck in the closed door, reaching forward, clawing at her. It may even have its claws in her body, white fluid seeping out. But she calmly raises this huge rifle, sticks it inside the mouth that comes out of its mouth that's coming out toward her face. You know, that double alien mouth. And she says, "Fuck you. Not today." And she lets loose and blows its head off.
Nice. This milky bluish viscera just erupts over the landing pad as more people come forth. Kip and Sheridan, you were able to kind of snap out of it. Sheridan, after Kip has yelled at you in your face to kind of snap you back to reality. Jackie, your secret's out at this point, but people kind of are more stunned and taken aback by whatever this entity is that followed you back.
Who all's present to see her?
Right. Are there people here?
There are people here. The gunshots, the screaming, the yelling has drawn the attention of the people in the compound.
All right, Jackie is by the xenomorph, but she doesn't necessarily think that all the onlookers have discovered her secret. She looks toward the others and she says, "Do what you think is right." And she kind of backs away, back into the shuttle, back into a back area, looking for something to cover herself.
Kip doesn't even really notice. He just runs up at this thing on the ground. He just starts hacking away at it with his axe.
Yeah, as you break into it, it's just this fluid, this viscous, just almost ricotta cheese consistency material that's leaking out. But yeah, this thing is dead.
Sheridan sits down on the ground, just watching Kip hack at this thing, and every small sound that comes from the forest, all the ambiance, every little chirp and every little noise, a little bit of him twitches, and keeps looking over his shoulder, staring at Kip, and watching this dead creature.
Trina, she crawls out of the underneath where she was, stands up and slowly makes her way to Kip. She looks down at the corpse that's being hacked to pieces, looks back up at Kip. Kip, it is dead. Let us take it from here. All right.
What are you gonna do? I wouldn't touch that thing. Cones, Frenchie, you need to go to the doctor. You hurt? Oh, Jackie. Yeah, everything's fine here, I guess. Maybe, where's that fella? He's just so out of breath. He just is kind of talking in circles.
She points to some of the individuals gawking and looking. We need things to take samples of the specimens. Someone go fetch some beakers and such. Someone get gloves, lots and lots of gloves.
You taking samples? We need to get this
study
thing out of
whatever's
here
left.
and dump it. And we need to blow up
We
that
need to
other...
study it.
This is crazy.
Whatever it is, Kip, we need to study it in order to learn how to fight it. We saw one fly away. This isn't the last of them. Even if we blow up that facility, there's still more out there.
Well, I'm taking the first transport out of this place. Jackie! Cone! You alright? He's gonna go try to find her.
Sheridan's gonna stand up and start walking over and just look at the thing. Reach down and put his hand on it and reach into it, try to figure out just touching it.
She
See if it's even real.
she slaps his hand. We need to study this. Stop touching.
This is real. This happened.
It was. Now keep your filthy hands away with it.
Yeah, we're all off the
Before I can get back in.
Yep. As you're making your way over there, you turn and look as the doors to the shuttle have shut. With a rush of air and heat blasting over your face, the shuttle takes off and makes its way back towards the equatorial
Yeah,
base.
he's just forced to kind of look away and shield his face. Oh, damn it!
As you look at the shuttle, you see Jackie at the helm, and she kind of gives you a salute as she turns the shuttle and heads back the way they had come.
She's going to dive bomb into that reactor, guarantee it.
It's a shame. Yes. But she again points to the people who are still looking. Let's go! Inside! Get things to grab this! She claps her hands twice. Still sweating, still shaky, but needing to do something with this. For this could be her biggest break yet at this point.
As you slowly make your way back inside, Kip is standing out, kind of looking towards the south. There's a brilliant flash of light in the distance. And you're going to have to shield your eyes. Everyone pauses and around as they see this giant plume of white light accompanied with flame. You see the clouds billowing on the horizon as what you can assume is the reactor is blown. But with that, Jackie took the only shuttle off this planet.
Oh no.
Your outpost, however, does have radio transmission, so you can radio for help. It'll be a while in coming, but that's what you put in the request for. Yeah, Jackie, make me a mobility roll then, please.
Yeah, Kip would immediately be on Sheridan. You need to get something out of here. We need to extract it out of here, pronto.
I will do all the paperwork.
You
to get out
will
of here as
call
soon as
somebody,
possible.
or I will stick your head in a toilet and drown you till you're dead in my shit.
I
You don't want that, trust me.
Sheridan, just a look of terror comes across his face as he imagines what a toilet full of this shit looks like, and just nods and starts running to the command center to make the calls.
As you do that, you're able to make some transmissions. Help is on the way, but it's gonna be a little while, and you hope that whatever those creatures were stay in that biome, or what's left of that biome.
Yeah, Kip would go about the base trying to seal it up as tight as possible.
And Trina would work with a small team to study the remains of the thing.
Okay. So, as you all set about doing things, you listen, you double all shifts and make sure that everyone listens in the middle of the night. Every once in a while, you swear that you hear just echoes on the catching ears, but when you listen and really arc your ear in that direction, you don't hear anything. But it's a long time, and will start disappearing. But eventually help comes, and there's only a few of you left as you have called in the Marine. Jack, as you jump out of the shuttle right before it crash lands into reactor, the impact of the landing just destroys your internal leg servos. You're still alive, but your legs are completely broken. As you begin to slowly reorient yourself, you realize that you crawl around and have mobility, but it's slow going. And what's Jackie going to do at that point?
She would, using her forearms, army crawl toward the remains of the base, looking around, seeing what she can see, trying to determine if there was any chance that anything that had still been in the space would have survived.
There isn't. It was you hit a fission reactor, like as you're crawling towards it, the parts of your flesh are melting away. You look on top, you look over the rock face, and where there isn't glass from the soil below, you don't see anything left at the base.
She looks on that scene of destruction with satisfaction, nods to herself, and then looking back at her useless legs. I mean, she would probably take a minute to see what she could repair, but ultimately she would army crawl on those forearms back toward the direction of the other base, knowing that either they were still going to be alive or they weren't.
Sorry, go ahead.
But either way, she did what she could to ensure their survival and give them maybe time, a little bit of time for help to come.
And with that, as we pan out of Jackie slowly crawling her arms towards the thickness of the surviving jungle, that is where we're going to end the Alien RPG. So, yeah, questions, comments. That's usually what I do at the end of these things. Did y'all have fun?
Yeah. I lived. I can't believe we all really lived.
I know.
I rolled so badly.
I was rolling terrible.
I was rolling, besides panic, I was rolling well.
Besides panic.
I mean, if you discount panic, I was rolling great.
It was interesting to see how, Jackie's an android, so she doesn't panic. But she doesn't get those extra dice from the panic either, so it was fun to see how that played out once people had tons of extra panic dice to roll, how that could be an
Right.
advantage.
Yeah, at one point I was like, I think Slip is forgetting to add her stress die.
I know, I was too. I was like,
Yeah.
Did you forget something?
If you were gonna run this as a long-term
I
campaign,
don't know
where
how
someone
you
was a
could.
secret
I
android,
don't know how you could.
This is
I
you
know,
would have
it's
to
too
roll
much
them as
penny.
jam rolls somehow.
Yeah,
would have to be a one
You can
shot.
roll them secret rolls.
Yeah, there's a
you can
checkbox
do
in
that.
there that you can do, but I don't know how this game would actually you would do it as a campaign.
They try to heavily push you towards that, and I cannot see it.
Well,
It's
I suppose if you like reset your stress levels after a certain period of time, maybe like go get a nice massage or something like that.
Yeah, but it's like once you know, that's the whole premise of the Aliens franchise is that once you know about aliens, they either kill you or you kill them, and that's it, right?
Yeah,
I think the best way to probably run this game or something like that as a campaign or even a mini campaign is to run it very similar to Alien Isolation, where like it starts off where you're like, oh, you have to go into this derelict ship or whatever to find out what's going on. And then instead of it being like right with the alien sort of thing, there's like people in there who try to attack you and shit because they have been stranded and whatnot. Like it's more of a tense situation, and then it slowly leads into you discovering the alien, but you have to like hide, that sort of thing, until the very end when you actually get guns and you can fight it.
So there is a way to reduce stress in this game. So it's for every full turn spent
Can't
resting
use-
in a safe area, you can reduce your stress level
Ah,
by 1
So
point.
in between sessions you could do that.
Yeah, in between sessions, or even just in game terms, like you say, yeah, we find a place to hole up for like 20 minutes. You can reduce your stress level by 1 or 2 points. So that's how that factors in with campaign play. But I've read through this book and see how there's some things about this book I just cannot see how anything else
Yeah.
besides a one shot.
Of all the settings I've played in, this does seem best suited for a one-shot. I mean, all the Alien movies would basically be a one-shot, right?
Yeah, but their argument is that cinematic play could be technically over all of the Alien movies, all the first 3 Alien movies.
You would have to
But
be
they're the
basically Ripley, the crew, the only crew in the entire galaxy besides maybe the corporation that knew aliens existed.
And with this book also, it says aliens are kind of extremely rare. So there are other threats in the book that you can use, but if you're bringing out an alien, it's supposed to be a murder machine.
Mm-hmm.
I think like in terms of like suggestions, I definitely suggest more ambiance besides
Yeah,
just like spooky, scary stuff.
I was desperately
Okay.
trying since we bumped this up a week.
Yeah, we did
Oh, it's
bump this
okay,
up
we
a
did.
week.
Yeah. I was I put on part of the way through. I did put on the Alien Isolation soundtrack, and it worked really well.
Oh, nice.
I like the stress mechanic though. That's cool.
Penny,
That is
yeah.
fun. That was fun.
Took me a
Making
minute
it easier to
understand it,
do
yeah.
things, but at the same time, it's like you're just striking out in this crazed panic phase and accomplishing what you want to do, but at the same time, putting you in a position where you're kind of useless.
I wish it went higher than 15. It only goes
Right.
up to 15.
I kind of wish they had more options than just like, 15, like you crap your pants or whatever. Like those are the options. I kind of wish there was like, if you roll like an 8, there's like these 6 options or whatever that can happen. So it's a little bit more like there's a lot more variety, I think, and the different tiers. I don't know.
Right, I rolled 8 a lot, so
Yeah.
I was often shaken. Actually, I'm looking at it. I rolled 8 at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Man.
good thing that no one fucking rolled a 15 then. Jesus.
Is that crap your pants?
No,
Pretty much.
yeah, it's crapatonic, I guess.
Crap your pants and your neighbor's pants.
Oh man. Oh, I got a 14. How does it only go to 15? Because it looks like it's the
15
level
plus.
of your stress plus a d6.
It'd be 16 would be the highest, I think, that you
Yeah.
could get.
Boy, at that point, it really does become obvious who in your group is an android.
Yeah. Why aren't you rolling any
Yeah,
stress
really.
die? I really thought I kind of forgot about it. I was like,
Power,
oh,
like,
she might
I
have.
know. I figured everybody like slips just.
And then at the end, when you got
An
shot,
idiot.
and then I was like, oh, she's an android. And then your next roll didn't have any stress die, and I was like, I get it.
She's not
So
just a dum dum.
It still did not click for me at that point. I was still like, why? But
You're like, oh, I have powers that can negate it. And I'm like, oh, perfect. It must be some sort of ability.
that was-
Yeah,
perfect.
she has like an empathy of 2. So I was trying to role play that a little bit.
oh man, I am such a dumbass. I am sorry, everyone. I kept you on the blueprint. I meant to shift you over here. I am
Oh,
sorry
that's-
about that.
that's
I kept you on the
okay.
blueprint for that last
That's
combat.
okay.
Yeah, that doesn't make a difference really, tactically especially.
I
But
still don't see a
I
path
think it
in
would
the
have been
second
really fun to play in this. I mean, this is a fun intro scenario, but I think a real Space Marine scenario would be fun where you kind of know what you're up against, and so you go for the weapons that you know are super effective, and then have a real a real battle with a couple of xenomorphs,
oh,
and have
Yes.
weapons that are especially effective against them. Because you're not going to get there, and you're just going in there not knowing anything about them scenario. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. And basically, I came up with the idea of the help me bear from Annihilation and Aliens.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So,
God. That thing was so creepy.
that's why I loved it. But
Uh,
yeah, since in the facility there were a lot of areas that you could have explored, but I wanted to increase the tension too. But what it basically boils down to is that the chief science officer brought some rats back to study for analysis, but you saw the crewmen, the roughnecks log that they chewed through 5 bulkheads and got into the food stores. So they sent out ranging parties, found these birds that are parrots, but they're carnivorous, but their eggs are super high in proteins. Brought the eggs back after careful study and examination. They were determined they were safe. But at some point, one of whatever the alien bacteria is infiltrated one of the eggs, and when they were ate by the people, that's when the flu and cold-like symptoms started appearing.
mhm.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you had other logs that weren't explored.
We just
Kid was like, I'm getting the hell out of here. I don't care what you guys are
we're
doing.
just yeah,
We made a smart decision, though. We're like, we're not staying around. Fuck that shit.
not getting paid enough for this.
Because any of the actual other people that are alive have been taken to the hive, which is over in the jungle.
Here's my suggestion, actually. Is that, you know how I had the secret that I was an android?
Mm-hmm.
If I ran the scenario, I would always give the corporate guy a reason to screw everybody
I
over.
thought that was Trina,
It's
honestly.
Yeah, I thought.
Sorry.
You thought I was? No, my entire goal was. Oh, let me just read it. One sec. It was basically to be a dick. Mine was you hate authority and go out of your way to be as uncooperative as possible. So I'm like, okay.
What did anybody else have?
Mine was
something
just
like
that I was thrill seeker, so I would go first for pretty much everything.
I took a shortcut somewhere along the way. I was a nice guy, but just fucked the company right. Pretty much mine.
Oh, you were a nice guy. See, that's unexpected for a corporate
Yeah,
asshole.
that's actually unexpected. Oh my goodness.
You're like, geez, everybody's always so judgy. I just do it for the dental.
They match my 401k.
Yeah, my character was hiding out on this planet. She had something wrong